All right, let's keep it rolling. Our next graduate, Mr. Brent DiGeronimo.
What's up, people? I am Brent DiGeronimo. I'm a Virginia Beach native. I grew up here, moved to California. All right. I moved to California for about a dozen years, moved back because I missed the weather. Work in the software business, work in a big company called Oracle, about 130,000 people stepping on each other to get to the top. So I thought I'd give stand-up comedy a try. I thought it'd get me more ladies. Worked for Bill Cosby, right? So I'm totally kidding about the ladies. I have 3 wonderful ladies in my life. That is my wife. We're very happily married, 2 lovely daughters. So at this point, it is very unlikely that I'm going to propose to anybody on this stage. So work, I don't know if your work is like mine, but I can't understand what people are saying because they speak in acronyms. They got an acronym for everything. I'm just trying to figure out texting still, right? BRB, BFF, OMG. LOL, THX. So I learned the hard way that in business, if you get an email with the acronym FU in the subject line, it means follow up. Got this email, it said, F you on your questions and concerns from the meeting earlier today. I said, F you and your whole department, you bastard. Guy did not follow up with me after that. So I'm trying to get into yoga. I'm trying it out. Yoga, if you want to piss off your yoga instructor, at the end of class, ask him if you won. Next time you're at yoga, take your mat, put it down with some attitude, point to the person next to you and say, it's on. They have this one pose in yoga, it's called the eagle, where you get on one foot, and you're all wrapped up like a frickin' pretzel, right? It looks like this. I'm doing this, and I'm thinking, this is really hard. But my ankle's getting stronger, my balance is getting better. After this, I'd have a way better chance of passing a roadside sobriety test. So I'd be worth like 2 beers past my normal limit. Yeah, I even bought some special shoes getting ready for that test. Yep, yeah, they're called New Balance. Figure with a name like New Balance, they ought to have one of those little airplane bottles of liquor right in the box. New Balance didn't do that, though. I didn't get any newfound balance with my shoes. No, I failed that test. The cops took my car. When the case was over, though, I had a New Balance in my checkbook. So I get to drive carpool sometimes. I pick up my daughter and her elementary school friends. You know what these kids are talking about in the car, right? Farts. Who farted in what class? These kids take French class. The other day, they told me somebody farted in French that day. I said, farted in French? I didn't even think that was possible. This is one exceptional school. It's a part of French culture I didn't even know about. Les tout. So I like to surf. I like to stand-up paddleboard. Stand-up paddleboarding was invented in Hawaii. I don't know if you guys knew that. Stand-up paddleboard where you can get up on a surfboard and surf with no wave. I would have figured for sure that was invented in Virginia Beach. No waves here. People driving by in cars, they don't wave to one another when they drive by. Why is it that boat people always wave to one another? Right? I think it's an excuse so they can stare at each other longer when they're passing other boaters and judge. Right? They're looking at each other going, my boat's bigger. Or do you really think a bikini was the right call today? Your husband lied. Little boat past a big boat, you know they're going, oh, that guy's compensated for a small dinghy. Nope, car people don't wave. I used to park cars, though. I had a job down at the oceanfront, one of those hotels, park cars at valet. the hotel owner had us wearing these outfits, these uniforms with shoulder boards and pith helmets. We were parking cars, but we looked like cabana boy bartenders on a cruise ship. So my valet buddies and I, we had this brilliant idea that if we were to get one of these cars that had drugs in it, we could take the drugs and nobody's gonna report it because it's illegal, right? We didn't think that they might come after the valets that they gave their keys to. The valets with the bloodshot eyes. The valets that are now passed out in another car with a new big scrape down the side. This all wound up in me having to have an angry vacationer's flip-flop removed from my ass. I did get to park an ambulance once. You know, as soon as I got out on Atlantic Avenue with that ambulance, I turned on all those lights and sirens and floored it. Man, it was awesome. Woo, 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 till I hit a pedestrian. Eyewitnesses expecting a paramedic to get out of that ambulance, but no, here comes Mr. Shoulder Boards and pith helmet looking like I'm ready to serve everybody cocktails. There was this lady at this little outdoor cafe right next to the scene. She's like, you got to do something. And I said, lady, I really wish I could, but I parked this Camaro a little while ago with some weed in it so potent I can't even see straight right now. I told her, I said, in this situation, what I'm going to need is a bite of that cheeseburger. Thank you, everybody. Merry Christmas. God bless you all. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Brent Geronimo, everybody.